So for fun, I was looking for a super cheap way that I could like spice up my gaming room, and I came up with this little setup from the dollar store. You can do this for anything, game, logo. I decided to incorporate my puppet dog, and with that, let's get into it. So first you're gonna need some canvases I got at the dollar store. Then you're gonna wanna pick up your paints of color. Again, all this stuff, dollar store, super cheap, love it. Then I picked up some lighting stuff. The neon one I didn't end up using just because it didn't turn out really well. Wasn't bright enough, but these string LED lights were the bomb. Next, we're gonna grab some self-laminating sheets. And then from there, some tissue paper. You're also gonna need, like tape and generic stuff. We're also going to need some Ziploc bags of your choice. Just make sure that the Ziploc bags are big enough to fit your canvas into them. I'll grab me some peanut butter, but the most important thing that we needed out of all this is this beautiful puppet dog to do the art for me. Hi, Boober. Yes, good boy. All right, so I just took out the canvas and then I started grabbing paints and I just put blobs of it everywhere. I mean, realistically, I picked the colors I wanted to go for. I like Rainbow Six Siege, so I was going for like a black ice feel, which is why I did teal. I'm gonna do black and I'm gonna do white. But the reality is, if you want to skip the whole dog art part of it, it was a lot of fun. My dog loved it. You can be way more professional with this, do your own art and your own colors and have it go all the way around. But again, this was supposed to be for fun, so I decided to skip that and let my puppy dog do the art for me. So once you get all the paint kind of blopped on there, then you want to smother the peanut butter all over the top of the Ziploc bag and get that all coated. And then once it's coated, what I did was I opened it and I just tried to be really careful not to let the paint touch the bag. Just plop this in there so your beautiful puppy can get to work. All right, the fun part. This is where he comes in. Say hello, Picasso. You can be Picasso. Yes. All right, here you go. All right, good job, Boober. Good job. And then from there, I took it out, and then we have this beautiful specimen here. It was interesting. But the biggest thing I did learn from that was my next canvas. I wanted to see if I can get the edges covered more, so I kind of focused heavy on that. I think realistically, I may or may not have put a little too much paint on this one, but you know what? You live and you learn. And just like last time, pop her in and let the puppy do the work. I don't know about you guys, but my dog really loved being part of this said situation. So cute. You see what the peanut butter. Okay, there you go. The other downfall was I got paint all over because there's so much paint on it. Definitely had to do a lot of hand washing after this one. But it did cover most of the edges. So at this point, all I did was sit back, let these beautiful pieces of art dry, and then I went on to the next step.
3 days later.
Not gonna lie, this took a long time to dry, but from here I thought, okay, what do I want to do now? I went and found the R6 logo. Again, this could be used for anything, and I kind of just like eyed it and scanned it, but I learned later it would way better to actually just take your laminate and hold it over whatever you want and then kind of trace it out. And yeah, so I did that on the second one. So from there, just cut out your stencil, and then you want to take one of the laminate pieces and put it in behind there. Then I just used actually dry erase marker to make the symbol in the middle of the gun. And I also did the same for Frost. You can use permanent marker, whatever your preference. I use dry erase because I thought it was really neat to have the option to actually erase it and change out any symbol that you want. So that's why I did that. And after that, I took a secondary laminating piece and I laminated the tissue paper so I can have that transparent feel. And then I just taped those little LED lights at the back. I did try to keep them off because obviously you kind of don't want things to melt and potentially burn down. So I thought it best that I taped them off. And from there, I put them in behind. I made sure everything was secure and I turned them on, and voila! These are kind of rough, no pun intended, but I think if you actually took the time to set everything and have really clean lines, it would turn out really good. So I also like the fact that, again, with the reason I have different tissue papers there is because you could switch out the colors. You could have red, you could have blue, and I did originally have eyes on the blue with the Frost, as you can see here. Tell me which one you like more. I ended up kind of going with yellow because it was brighter, and I found the blue didn't light up quite the same. But either way, honestly, this was so fun, so quick. Other than the drying time, this probably collectively took me an hour, and all of the items were from the dollar store and cost me less than 20 bucks. So overall, I think this is a solid fun win, and I honestly, I highly recommend it.